What if the real reason your muscles feel weaker after 60 isn't just aging, but something deeper happening inside your body? Many older adults notice it's harder to get up from a chair, carry groceries, or stay as active as before. And while it's easy to blame that on getting older, the truth is more hopeful. Muscle loss after 60 is often the result of metabolic changes, not just age. Things like hormonal shifts, poor protein absorption, chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and something called anabolic resistance quietly interfere with your body's ability to maintain strength. But here's the encouraging part. These changes can often be supported and even improved once you understand what's really going on. In this video, we'll gently walk you through the true causes of muscle decline and what you can do about it. Stay with us until the end for simple, natural insights that may just change how you feel every day. This could be one of the most eye-opening senior health tips you'll hear this year. As we get older, many of us notice that eating well and staying moderately active doesn't seem to bring the same results it once did. You might be eating protein with every meal, taking regular walks, or doing light exercises, yet your strength isn't improving the way you hoped. That's not your imagination, and it's not your fault. This phenomenon is known as anabolic resistance. Think of your muscles like a sponge. When you're young, every time you eat a protein-rich meal or take a brisk walk, it's like pouring water onto that sponge. Your muscles soak up the nutrients and respond by getting stronger. But after 60, that sponge becomes stiffer. Instead of absorbing what it needs, the water or the signal to build muscle just runs right off. Your body is still doing its part by delivering the protein, but your muscles aren't listening the way they used to. Why does this happen? One of the key reasons is that the tiny power plants inside your muscle cells called mitochondria begin to slow down. They don't process energy or nutrients as efficiently, which makes the muscle less responsive. In addition, your body becomes less sensitive to certain amino acids that are essential for muscle repair. One of the most important of these is leucine. Leucine is like a spark plug for muscle protein synthesis. In younger adults, just a small amount of it, often found in regular portions of meat, eggs, or dairy, is enough to flip the switch and tell the body, "Let's grow." But in older adults, the switch is harder to flip. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that people over 65 may need up to 5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal just to trigger the same muscle-building response that younger people get with less. Take, for example, a 72-year-old named Linda from Oregon. She shared in a community wellness group how she was eating healthy and staying active but still felt like she was losing strength. Once she learned about leucine and adjusted her meals to include higher leucine foods, like lean beef or a small scoop of beef protein, isolate along with short walks after eating, she began to feel more stable and energized within weeks. So what can you do with this knowledge? Start by thinking of your meals not just in terms of protein, but leucine-rich protein. Instead of nibbling throughout the day, aim for full, balanced meals that provide that key 5 to 3 grams of leucine. If appetite or digestion is an issue, consider protein powders made for older adults that are dairy-free and easy to absorb. The good news is, anabolic resistance isn't permanent. With the right support, your muscles can relearn how to listen. This shift in understanding is a powerful part of senior wellness, and it may be the key to rebuilding the strength, balance, and confidence you deserve. Once you understand how anabolic resistance works, the next step is knowing how to overcome it, and that brings us to one powerful ally: leucine. Leucine is a special amino acid, often called the trigger for muscle protein synthesis. Think of it like the key that starts your body's muscle-building engine. Without enough leucine in your meal, the engine doesn't turn on, no matter how much protein you've eaten. This is especially important for older adults because, as we age, the body requires a higher dose of leucine to respond. While younger people might get results with just 1 to 2 grams of leucine, studies from the Journal of Nutrition and Clinical Interventions in Aging have shown that older adults need around 5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal to effectively stimulate muscle growth. It's not about eating more food overall, it's about making sure that your protein sources are rich in this specific amino acid. But here's where things get tricky. Not all proteins are created equal. Some common choices, like yogurt or beans, may offer benefits but don't always deliver enough leucine in the small portions that many older adults prefer. For example, you'd need to eat nearly 3 cups of cooked lentils to reach the optimal leucine dose. Not ideal if your appetite isn't what it used to be. That's why selecting high leucine, easily absorbable proteins is key. Take George, a 76-year-old retired teacher from Minnesota. He was eating chicken and salad most days, but still noticed he was losing strength. After working with a nutrition coach, he learned to swap into serving of lean beef or a scoop of beef protein. Isolate with his lunch. Just 4 ounces of cooked beef delivers close to 6 grams of leucine, enough to support his muscle health without needing to eat large portions. For those who prefer plant-based meals or have trouble chewing, high-quality protein powders made from beef isolate or specially formulated vegan blends can help fill the gap. These are often easier to digest and can be added to a smoothie or soft meal. The takeaway: protein alone isn't the full story. It's the leucine content and how your body responds to it that makes the real difference. By choosing foods that are naturally rich in leucine and consuming them in the right amount, you can give your body the signal it's been waiting for to rebuild strength and stay active. And that's a key insight in any thoughtful senior wellness routine. It's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter. Even when you're eating well and staying active, muscle loss after 60 can still happen, and it often runs deeper than we realize. That's because several internal factors quietly make it harder for your body to build or maintain muscle. No matter how much protein you consume, one of the biggest culprits is chronic inflammation. It's subtle, but when present for years due to stress, poor sleep, or diet, it can interfere with your body's ability to use nutrients. A 2021 report from the Journals of Gerontology shows that persistent low-grade inflammation significantly lowers muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Just as important is insulin resistance, which becomes more common with age. Insulin is the hormone that helps transport nutrients like amino acids into your muscles. But when your body stops responding to it properly, those nutrients can't reach their target. Research published in Diabetes Care linked insulin resistance to reduced muscle strength and slower physical performance in older individuals. Then there's digestive efficiency, something many overlook. As we get older, issues like low stomach acid, gut imbalance, or side effects from medication can reduce how well protein is broken down and absorbed. For example, Bill, age 74 from Ohio, struggled with muscle weakness despite a protein-rich diet. Once he adjusted his mealtimes and included easier-to-digest protein sources, his energy and stability noticeably improved. When these issues combine, the effects go beyond just feeling weak. Muscle loss impacts everyday function. Your walking speed slows, your grip weakens, and your balance becomes less steady. Over time, this also affects blood sugar control and leads to increased fat storage, especially around the abdomen. Understanding these deeper layers of muscle health is essential for anyone focused on lasting strength, mobility, and independence. Once you understand what's holding your muscles back, the next question becomes, how can we help them grow again even after 60 or 70? Fortunately, science points to 4 simple steps that can gently reawaken muscle strength and function, especially for older adults. It starts with the right kind of protein specifically. Foods rich in leucine. This amino acid plays a central role in triggering muscle protein synthesis. Older adults need around 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal. Choosing easily digested options like lean beef, beef protein isolate, or fortified protein powders can help meet that target without requiring large meals. As noted in the Journal of Nutrition, these concentrated forms support older muscles more efficiently than traditional protein sources. But timing matters just as much as content. Rather than grazing all day, research suggests focusing on protein pulses, larger, well-timed meals that give your body a strong enough signal to rebuild muscle. That's what helped Gloria, 68, from Florida. She shifted from snacking to 2 full meals, each packed with 30 grams of protein, and within weeks, noticed improved energy and stability. To support protein absorption, you also want to boost insulin sensitivity. That means helping your body deliver nutrients into the muscle cells. Gentle strategies like intermittent fasting, such as a 14-hour break between dinner and breakfast, walking for 15 minutes after meals, or adding a splash of apple cider vinegar to your salad can all help. A small amount of chromium found in broccoli, or as a supplement, may also support this process, according to Diabetes Spectrum. And finally, don't overlook light movement. Even simple exercises like chair squats, step-ups, or stretching with resistance bands help muscles become more responsive to the nutrients you eat. Think of it as priming the sponge, getting your body ready to absorb the fuel you're giving it. When done consistently, these 4 steps create a steady rhythm. Eat well, move gently, rest, and rebuild. When it comes to rebuilding muscle after 60, most people focus on protein and movement, and those are essential. But there's one often overlooked piece of the puzzle that can quietly make all the difference: insulin sensitivity. Think of insulin like a delivery truck. Its job is to carry nutrients, including amino acids, from the protein you eat into your muscle cells, where they can be used to rebuild and strengthen tissue. But if you're insulin resistant, which becomes more common after age 40, the truck stops working properly. The nutrients can't reach their destination, and your muscles remain underfed, no matter how much protein you're consuming. The good news is, you can support this delivery system with gentle, lifestyle-based changes. For example, a 14 to 16-hour break between dinner and your next meal helps lower insulin levels and gives your body time to reset. That's what Robert, 71, from Illinois started doing by simply finishing dinner by 6:30 and having breakfast at 9 a.m. He began to notice better energy and fewer blood sugar dips. Another powerful yet simple habit: Walking for just 10 to 15 minutes after meals. This small act has been shown in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition to reduce blood sugar spikes and improve nutrient uptake by your muscles. And don't forget the role of restful sleep. Inadequate or interrupted sleep can throw off hormones that regulate insulin. Aim for 7 to 8 hours in a dark, quiet room, if needed. Gentle sleep supports like magnesium, glycinate, or tart cherry juice can be helpful additions to your evening routine. Lastly, consider adding natural insulin helpers, like a splash of apple cider vinegar before meals, a pinch of cinnamon in your tea, or chromium, a mineral found in whole grains and broccoli, which may assist with blood sugar regulation. According to nutrition reviews, supporting your insulin sensitivity may be one of the most overlooked but powerful steps in the journey to strong, healthy aging. Once you understand the role of leucine in muscle repair, the next step is choosing the right food to deliver it effectively, especially as we get older. Among all protein sources, lean beef or beef protein isolate stands out as a surprisingly powerful option for older adults. What makes it so effective? First, it's naturally rich in leucine, along with important nutrients like vitamin B12 and iron, two essentials that many seniors fall short on. But what really sets beef apart is how easily your body can absorb and use it. According to studies published in the Journal of Nutrition, beef protein is highly bioavailable, meaning your muscles can actually take in the amino acids and put them to work. Even better, you don't need to eat the large portion to reach the muscle-building threshold. Just 4 ounces of lean beef can give you close to 6 grams of leucine, enough to help activate muscle protein synthesis in older adults. That's a big win for people with smaller appetites or digestive sensitivities. Unlike some other protein sources, beef doesn't spike blood sugar, making it a gentle choice for those concerned with energy levels and metabolic health. And if chewing is difficult or you prefer a dairy-free option, beef protein isolate powders offer the same benefits in a form that's easy to digest and mix into meals or shakes. Take Helen, a 75-year-old from California. She found that switching from whey protein to a beef isolate helped her feel less bloated and more energized, all while meeting her daily leucine needs without increasing portion sizes. In the journey of healthy aging, sometimes a small shift in what you eat can create a big difference in how strong and steady you feel each day. Once you've chosen a leucine-rich protein like lean beef or beef isolate, the next key is knowing when and how to use it for maximum benefit, especially if your goal is to rebuild strength after 60. Timing is everything. The best time to eat a beef-based meal is right after light physical activity. Gentle movement like walking, chair squats, or resistance band exercises helps prime your muscles, making them more receptive to the nutrients you're about to give them. A 2020 study in Nutrition and Metabolism found that protein consumed after even light activity was absorbed more efficiently, especially in older adults. But pairing matters too. To support digestion and keep blood sugar steady, try adding a small portion of healthy fats like avocado or olive oil. Then include fiber and slow-digesting carbs such as roasted vegetables, half a sweet potato, or a handful of berries. These additions not only improve nutrient absorption, but also make the meal more satisfying and balanced. For those who struggle with chewing or simply don't enjoy red meat, beef protein isolate is a fantastic alternative. It delivers the same muscle-building benefits in a form that's easy to blend into smoothies or stir into oatmeal, no added sugar, no dairy. Take Mark, a 69-year-old from Michigan. After switching from scattered snacks to a beef protein smoothie after his morning walk, he noticed more energy, fewer cravings, and steadier legs within weeks. With a little planning, your meal becomes more than fuel. It becomes a tool for rebuilding strength and confidence. The best part about rebuilding strength after 70, you don't need a dramatic overhaul to start seeing results. In fact, small, consistent changes often work better and faster than we expect. Just 2 to 3 weeks of focused effort can make a real difference. When you pair leucine-rich meals with light activity, support your insulin sensitivity, and get quality sleep, the body begins to respond. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that even modest adjustments can lead to measurable improvements in balance, strength, and daily energy. That's exactly what happened with Janice, a 74-year-old from Colorado. After shifting to 2 protein-rich meals a day, walking after lunch, and getting to bed by 10 p.m., she noticed her posture improving, her legs feeling steadier, and her afternoon energy lasting longer. It's a gentle reminder. Your body hasn't forgotten how to build muscle. It's simply waiting for the right signals, the ones that say, it's time to grow again. With the right support, strength can return at any age. Sometimes, the smallest steps spark the biggest changes. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope today's message gave you a fresh perspective, one that reminds you that strength, balance, and energy are still within reach. Even as we age, Small choices each day can bring real change over time. So why not begin tomorrow with intention? A simple walk, a nourishing meal, or a mindful pause can set your body back on track. And of course, always check with your doctor if you're starting something new. If you're still watching and found this helpful, drop a 1 in the comments or a 9 if it didn't quite fit your needs. I'd love to know you're here. And if you'd like more thoughtful guidance on living well after 60, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep building strength, one day at a time.